In the spirit of the Christmas season, I received a request from Jeannie Baxter to visit her mom, Grace Battaglia, at the Rochester Episcopal Home. Grace is 99 years young and watched Channel 13 faithfully for my entire 58-year career. Jeannie arranged a delightful surprise, and I seized the opportunity, with her help, to return to my reporter days and interview her mom about her long life.
I was born at 323 Avenue B. Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Good. My aunt and uncle owned the house, but my mom and dad and I lived upstairs in 3 rooms, and I was born July 9th, 1926. And my mother would always tell me how hot it was up there in those 3 rooms.
We want to make sure.
We owned a car, but we couldn't afford. We couldn't afford to drive it because he didn't have a job, and so he didn't have a license.
Yeah.
So he had the car behind the garage, propped up on cinder blocks. And when I think of it, that's where the car stayed for years and years. You know, I'll never forget when we were in the kitchen at my aunt and uncle's house at 323 Avenue B. The area was beautiful. All Germans lived, so everything was perfect. You know, Germans are very perfect.
Yeah.
All the houses were perfect. I'll never forget, we were in the kitchen, and over the radio, we heard about Colonel Lindbergh's baby being kidnapped and killed, 1932.
Ooh.
It's all I can remember.
6,
And I was...
probably about 5 or 6.
I don't know how old. Very young.
Yeah.
Very, very young. But I always remembered that. And Hauptmann was arrested
Oh.
I looked it up and she's right.
because they found some lumber in his garage that matched the ladder that they used. And I've remembered that whole story about Lindbergh's baby. It was a big, big thing. I remember that they lost that baby.
Thinking of history, what about president? How many presidents?
Pardon me?
How many presidents of the United States you have seen? Any particular one that stands out?
The best one I could remember was President Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And I remember our whole world changed because, well, we were all very much, like I should say poor.
Yeah.
But President Roosevelt changed all that because, thank God, President Hoover lost.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, my parents were thrilled because they were used to vote, because when my mom and dad came from Italy, they went to get their
Citizenship.
Citizenship. Yeah, I remember every night they used to go someplace to do that. And they always voted and all that. But I remember when my parents and I remember my aunt and uncle, we were thrilled that President Roosevelt won. He was a wonderful president.
What part of Italy is your family from?
Pardon me?
What part of Italy is your family from?
Alberobello Bari.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is that?
It's the southern part of Italy.
Okay.
Yeah. And Jeannie and her husband just took this trip. When she told me they were going to go to Italy, I thought, because her husband's not Italian. And plus, he doesn't even like to travel. I thought, what are they going to be doing in Italy? Well, he loved it.
Yeah.
The warmth of the people, Well, your wife can tell you about that.
Yeah.
Your warmth and the food that he was ready. He turned around and was ready.
He was.
And they're still thinking of
Oh, yeah.
going
We'll definitely
back.
go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband and I, see, Jim went to Europe when he was in the Air Corps in World War II.
Okay.
So he was there in the European theater. And he went to visit my family. I've never met my grandparents
Ah.
because they were in Italy and I never went there. But
Until way later, 96.
Yeah.
But when we went on our 50th wedding anniversary, my grandparents were already dead.
Right.
Yeah.
But Jim had met them, introduced himself, and told them that he was my fiance.
Ah.
Weren't they scared?
Did your family have the big store of
Yeah.
electrical?
Yeah.
I remember it, Alhart.
Yeah.
I remembered it. Was it around Culver Road?
Culver Road by
You see how I
Parcel.
remember?
See?
You know
That's
how
wonderful, Mom.
you know how many years ago
It was
that
your
was?
parents?
Yeah. Appliance and hardware store. My
I
dad
really
was Gene Alhart.
Thank the Lord. Well, you know, my grandson, her son, I have two wonderful grandsons. I am very lucky.
Yeah.
I have two wonderful grandsons. Michael, her son, but he comes here often, and I'll always say, Michael, I'm getting tired of sitting in this wheelchair. I don't hear so well. But he says, Grandma, you still have your brain.
Yeah.
And I sure do. We used to go downtown all the time in Sibley's. Oh my God. Remember? What was that when the
Magic Corridor
for
and
the children? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Remember,
magic
for the
corridor,
children.
is that what they call
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Oh my, is that
Toyland.
That's
Yeah.
not there.
No.
It was.
Yeah. And the
No, my
monorail.
mother always spoke Italian to me.
Yeah.
And when my dad couldn't find a job here, my dad was a stone cutter. He worked on the bridge, on the curb. He worked on the curbs.
Oh, okay.
But then he lost his job because I guess they didn't use, I don't know, they didn't need stone cutters anymore.
Hmm.
And that was tough.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle lived in Brentwood, Maryland.
Yeah,
It's right in
by Washington, D.C. It's by Washington.
Yes,
Yeah.
right near Washington, Brentwood, Maryland. And my uncle was a builder of homes. They had a gorgeous home.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
They had a gorgeous
yeah.
home. So he said to my dad, why don't you come to Brentwood and, we'll get a job for you there.
Yeah.
Well, he went first alone. And then my mother and I went by train. I'm an only child. I'll never forget, it was winter. And my mother had a fur coat, not really a fur coat, but a big fur collar.
Yeah.
That's what he had, a big fur collar.
Yeah.
And I remember we went to Brentwood, and immediately they put me into a school. I couldn't speak a word of English because my mother always spoke Italian to me. Well, I was there. We weren't there very long because my dad's, the job didn't work out.
Yeah.
And like I said, I couldn't even speak English there, but we stayed there a while and then we came back home anyway.
Yeah.
And I went to St. Michael's School. You know where St. Michael's
I
School?
don't know where that one is.
Clifford Avenue
Okay.
and Clinton.
I think my
St.
wife went to
Michael's
Holy Family
School.
and
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got married there too.
Yeah.
I was married there. My mother and father both were buried there, I think. I think it was.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm talking too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another guy. I get a picture. Look at that.